Have you ever wondered how FBI agents master foreign languages in just a few months, while most people struggle for years? Today, I am going to reveal the classified techniques that intelligence agencies use to create fluent speakers in record time, and show you exactly how to apply these methods to learn any language you want in just 90 days. What I am about to share with you is some feel-good language learning app, or traditional classroom method. This is the real deal. The same systematic approach that prepares federal agents for undercover operations, where their life depends on perfect communication. And the best part? You can start using these techniques today, even if you've never successfully learned a language before. Let me start with a story that'll blow your mind. In 2019, a CIA operative was given 12 weeks to become conversationally fluent in Mandarin Chinese before an assignment in Beijing. Most language experts would tell you this is impossible. Mandarin is considered one of the hardest languages for English speakers to learn. Yet this agent walked into his assignment speaking like someone who'd studied for years. How did he do it? The answer lies in 3 revolutionary principles that completely flip traditional language learning on its head. The first principle is called total immersion simulation. Here's where most people get it wrong. They think immersion means moving to another country, but intelligence agencies can't wait for agents to pack their bags. Instead, they create artificial immersion environments that are actually more effective than the real thing. They control every single input the trainee receives for 8 to 12 hours a day. Picture this. You wake up and your alarm clock speaks to you in your target language. Your morning news, your workout videos, your breakfast cooking show, everything is in that language. But here's the crucial part. It's not random content. Every piece of media is carefully selected to reinforce the same core vocabulary and grammar patterns you're relearning that day. This creates something called compressed learning loops, where your brain encounters the same linguistic elements dozens of times in different contexts within hours, not weeks. The second principle is strategic vocabulary selection. And this is where the FBI method gets really sneaky. Most language courses teach you random words like colors, animals, and family members. But intelligence agencies start with what they call high-frequency conversation controllers, the 300 words that appear in 65% of all casual conversations in any language. These aren't just common words. They're the linguistic building blocks that let you understand and participate in real discussions from day one. For example, in English, words like actually, basically, probably, and definitely don't carry much meaning by themselves, but they appear constantly in natural speech. Master these conversation controllers in your target language, and suddenly you sound fluent even when you're still learning basic grammar. It's like having a linguistic skeleton key that opens most conversational doors. But here's where it gets really interesting. The third principle that separates amateur learners from intelligence operatives. It's called contextual pressure learning, and it's based on a fascinating discovery about how our brains process language under stress. When intelligence agencies train operatives, they don't just teach them words and phrases. They create high-pressure scenarios where agents must use the language to solve problems, make decisions, or complete missions. This is about stress for stress's sake. It's about activating the same neural pathways that make children learn languages so effortlessly. When a child needs to communicate something urgently, their brain bypasses the analytical filters that slow down adult learning. By creating artificial urgency and emotional investment, intelligence training tricks the adult brain into operating more like a child's language acquisition system. Now, you might be thinking this sounds intense. And you're right. But before you get intimidated, let me show you how to adapt these principles for your everyday life without joining the CIA. The beauty of the FBI method is that you can scale the intensity to match your schedule and goals. Let's start with creating your own immersion bubble. You don't need to quit your job or move abroad. Begin by identifying your daily routines, your commute, your workout, your meal prep, your evening relaxation time. These are your immersion opportunities. Replace the English content in just one of these activities with content in your target language. But remember the key principle. It must be level appropriate and reinforce your current learning focus. If you're a beginner, choose content that's slightly below what you think you can handle. Intelligence agencies call this the comprehensible input sweet spot, challenging enough to promote growth, easy enough to prevent frustration. YouTube has become an incredible resource for this. You can find cooking shows, fitness routines, news programs, and entertainment content in virtually any language, all with subtitles to support your comprehension. For vocabulary selection, forget traditional word lists. Instead, identify your personal high-frequency words. These are words related to your specific interests, job, and lifestyle. If you're a software developer, your high-frequency words will include technical terms. If you're a parent, you'll need child-related vocabulary. If you love cooking, food and kitchen terminology becomes essential. This personalized approach means you're learning words you'll actually use, which dramatically increases retention and motivation. Creating contextual pressure is perhaps the most challenging aspect to replicate, but also the most rewarding. The goal is to create situations where you must use your target language to achieve something you genuinely care about. This could mean joining online gaming communities where the primary language is your target language, volunteering for organizations that serve speakers of that language, or even setting up language exchange partnerships with specific project goals. One incredibly effective technique used by intelligence agencies is role-playing scenarios. They don't just practice conversations, they practice being someone else entirely. This removes the self-consciousness that often blocks adult language learning. When you're pretending to be a character, making mistakes feels less personal, and taking risks becomes easier. Here's your 90-day implementation plan based on these intelligence principles. Week 1 through 2, establish your immersion bubble with one daily routine converted to your target language. Simultaneously, master your first 100 high-frequency words, using spaced repetition, but within meaningful contexts, not isolated memorization. Weeks 3 through 6. Expand your immersion to 3 daily touchpoints, and increase your vocabulary to 200 words. Begin incorporating role-play exercises where you practice being different characters in various scenarios. This is when you start building actual conversational confidence. Weeks 7 through 10 represent your acceleration phase. Your immersion should now cover most of your free time. Your vocabulary should reach 300 words, and you should be engaging in real conversations through language exchange platforms or local meets. The key is maintaining the contextual pressure. You need reasons to use the language beyond just practice. Weeks 11 and 12 are about refinement and testing. This is where you push yourself into increasingly challenging real-world situations. The goal isn't perfection. It's functional fluency under pressure, exactly what intelligence agencies need from their operatives. The FBI method works because it recognizes that language learning isn't about memorizing rules. It's about rewiring your brain's communication pathways. Traditional methods treat language like an academic subject, but intelligence agencies treat it like a survival skill. When your brain believes communication is urgent and necessary, it finds ways to make it happen. Remember, intelligence operatives aren't superhuman. They succeed because they use systems designed by decades of research into accelerated learning. These same systems are now available to you. The question is on whether you can learn a language in 3 months. It is whether you're ready to commit to the methods that make it possible. Your linguistic transformation starts with the very next piece of content you consume. Make it count.